Which brings us to the fourth and final segment of Podcast 100. Woo! Kyle, why don't you tell the kids what they've won here today for their fourth segment?
I won Jack from the fuck.
That's not that. All right.
Wait, how much is that worth?
So I work at a grocery store and we have a lottery system set up there. And we were monitoring the Mega Millions, and nobody has won for after the fourth week, nobody was winning. So all of a sudden, it just started skyrocketing in sales for the Mega Millions.
Yeah.
And it went to 1.34 billion.
Yeah.
And somebody won from Illinois.
Yeah, the third largest schmuck.
So we got King, Prince, and Duke.
Pretty much. I should be the king of schmucks, but I'm the prince now.
You're the prince.
And that guy's the duke of schmucks. Now, the only way he could be the prince of schmucks and outbeat me is if he burns it all within a year.
We don't know who it is.
Oh. Well, the only way for him to become the prince of schmucks and outbeat me is if he burns it all within a year.
No, nobody's claimed it. The ticket winner has not been announced. I don't think the person has claimed their money at all.
They know somebody won because the place that sold him the ticket, they know they have a winning ticket. But if that person paid in cash, they don't know the identity of that person.
No, it's not that. The system knows that the numbers are drawn and that somebody has won the Mega Millions. But nobody has gone forward to claim it.
What's it take to claim it? Can I just go claim it? It's unclaimed.
The ticket. You need the ticket.
Damn it. It's
But
it's unclaimed state property. I should just be able to go claim it.
Or, I don't know. They've been kind of weird with it.
You have to get all their legal stuff in order.
Yeah, because that's $1.34 billion. But the main part of this segment is, from an economic standpoint, what is more beneficial to a person? To claim your lottery winnings as cashing it or annuity?
So I guess I have to know the cashing it. From what I've been told, there's a 40% fee you pay or whatever, like a 20% fee.
So we were actually looking at it, and it's back when it was $1 billion. If you were to do the cash option, it was 640 million.
Okay.
Wait, I can't math.
That's 40%. Go on.
Yeah, it was 40%. But then taxes are also taken out of that.
Oh, so we're just losing 40% to what?
The government.
No. If you do the cash option, I don't know if the cash option is taxes already taken out, or cash option is you. Oh, would it be 70% of the $1 billion is if you cash it out?
I don't know. I thought you knew this. I thought you had the answers. That's why I asked.
That's what I asked you, because you're the major.
Listen. I can tell you once you tell me, all the.
Okay.
Listen, economists make assumptions, okay?
So for the sake of the argument, let's say 40% is taken out of 1 billion.
Well,
and that includes taxes.
No. Yes. So
yes.
I'm cashing it out, and I get 40% of the 1 billion.
Okay, so you just lose 40%, so you're only getting 60%.
And that's tax-free.
Yeah, let's just say for the sake of the argument, that's the route we're going with.
Okay, so we get 60%. But if we go with the annuity option, we just get How much per year do you get with the annuity option?
Oh, I didn't look.
Well, that's important because my point is that let's say you only live to be 6 years old and then you die, right? That means that you would have made less money than if you lived to be like 90.
I don't want it to be for life. I don't like that idea. I want it to like be till I'm 50 and then I've got all my money. It's like a
Well, I don't know how it
$100
works.
million per decade.
So
That's like
it
$100
just
million
works.
a decade. But
But I mean, you make more money if you take it all up front because then you can invest it and make even more.
True.
see, that's the thing, right? Can you make
If you
that
have it
20%
you
back?
can
Can you make
invest
the
it and make even
40%
more.
back or whatever faster than the other way?
The annuity option is if you're just need help making a budget.
You're
But
gonna
you
lose.
can make more money if you take it all up front.
If you can't make a budget with $1 billion, you have an issue.
Well, think
I
about it.
mean,
You
I
have
can
all
print
this
the office
money. You're gonna
little.
impulse spend. Think
I
about your
a
Amazon
billion
habit
a
right
billion
now.
dollars. How are you
If
gonna
you had
impulse?
$1 billion, you'd go impulse spending on anything and everything on Amazon because money would no longer feel like a limiting factor. It'd be space.
Right. But $1 billion, I'm not gonna find $1 billion worth of crap to buy on Amazon.
Well, I'd be surprised. Well, okay, not on Amazon, but once you start buying houses and buying properties, that's when that money starts to really tank.
Houses and property. Listen, I'm gonna buy an RV. I'm gonna buy a place here in Lincoln, but that's later down the line. But the first things first, I'm gonna buy a spot in Mullen for stargazing. I'm gonna buy an RV, and then I'm gonna, go travel the U.S. for a while.
And then what?
And then whatever year it is after that, 2030 something, I'm gonna come back to my cabin in Mullen, that I'd visit, from time to time, and and then I'm gonna build a house in Valentine, build a house in Lincoln, and then retire and watch the sunrise in a grateful universe. Who knows? Maybe I'll meet a nice girl in Cali, and I'll come and retire sooner. Who knows?
Well, then we'll know she's into you just for the money.
Well, when she quickly finds out that we're going to be living in the middle of absolute nowhere, Nebraska, she might question the for the money thing. Like, we're living where? I'm like, oh, we're gonna live in a small little cabin on a hill.
Just make sure you get a prenup.
A half hour or more from any civilization. And that civilization isn't even that big of a civilization, to be honest. Mullen's just...
Probably to get her law stuff in order because that could be argued that you're holding her against her will.
She can leave.
Can she, though?
What do you mean, can she? What? I give her a car, but she only gets enough gasoline to get her... That doesn't even get her to Mullen. That would be holding her against her will.
That's what you're gonna do?
No! That's illegal. That's insane.
Well, I don't know what your motives are.
Plus, she doesn't have to know that I'm rich.
Well, then I guess you'll never find anyone.
No, what? You telling me that the only way I'm gonna find somebody is if I'm rich?
Yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
What else do you have going for you?
Exactly.
Well, it's unfortunately true at the moment, but that's just because I'm dirt poor. So
Yeah, exactly. So once you have money, you can find yourself a nice gold digger.
But truth be told, I don't need $1 billion.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I said this. $9 to $8 million.
Some women will take what you have and you'll run you down into bankruptcy.
$9 to $8 million is all I need for the rest of my life. That's $1 million every decade, $100,000 a year. That's all I need. That's more than enough what I need.
And how much does she get?
She's gonna have her own job. I'm gonna make her work.
Oh, so she's a slave.
What? No! What?
Tail or dog. I don't know why you do that.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Why? Some people like to work. I am not one of those people.
Clearly.
I think most of the people in this chat can agree with me that working sucks. And that you'd rather be doing anything else but working.
I don't mind it.
What?
I don't mind it.
That's because it's a part-time job. Trust me, once you're working 40 hours a week, then you'll know.
Basically.
Right, Phil?
I don't know. I enjoy what I do. Would I want to do it long term for 40 years? I don't know. That's a different question.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, right, about where we are right now. If we continue to do this for the next 40 years, we've progressed nowhere in life. We're at where we are. We're going to be where we are now 40 years from now.
I'm content with that.
I am not content with that. I will want to die before then.
Well, so do we all, but some of us don't get the opportunities.
There's always an opportunity.
What?
To die.
What?
Opportunities to die.
There's always opportunities. Have you looked at the natural world? There's always opportunities to die. Or you do what, or I was watching Alf the other day. Alf said, take the sock of quarters and go buy a gun.
Oh, that is how easy it is in the U.S.
He told this guy, don't go remarry your ex-wife. Or here's your two options. Either don't go marry her or go take the sack of quarters and buy a gun. And I was like, wow, is that the only solution here? Either.
So he wanted him to kill his ex-wife?
No, to kill himself.
Oh.
He told him marry him is like going and taking the sack of quarters and buying a gun and shooting yourself.
Oh, shooting yourself, not her.
No, why would marry? Whatever. I'm not.
Hey, some people are just crazy.
I mean, yeah, they exist. I mean, look at Will over there. Not that he'd shoot his wife, but he is crazy.
I didn't even know he had a wife.
But I do.
It's what you have. You haven't done it yet. It's what you.
Yeah, it's not what you've done. It's what you haven't done yet.
You're being prosecuted on crimes you haven't committed yet. Or anticipating.
Crimes that you will commit. Crimes that you will commit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No. Will's become a better man thanks to getting a girlfriend. But anyways, okay. Will.
Yeah.
You won the lottery. What are you doing next? What are you going to do with your, let's say, $10 million?
I don't know.
What did you say?
He don't know. He doesn't know. Okay, well, let you think of that. We'll come back to that. Kyle.
What's up?
You won the lottery. You have $10 million. What are you doing next?
I put it all in.
Going to Disney World.
Shut the up, Bill.
That's the perfect reaction.
I put it all in a giant pile and I set it on fire.
Nice.
Well, all right.
You would do something like
I
that?
would probably either buy like a small plot of land and build a house and just live out the rest of my days there.
Where? Do you have an idea where? Or
Colorado would be nice.
Colorado does sound nice. In Vail?
Mm-hmm.
Or Eagle. Eagle was nice. Or Red
That
Rock.
was in Vail.
Huh?
Eagle is in
Glendale.
Vail.
Okay, what? Okay, Mr.
Glendale.
Glendale. Just down the road.
Glendale was pretty cool.
Just
Down
underneath it.
literally down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, no, because the tunnel was the next day. Never mind. The big tunnel was the next day. That was on our way into Denver. Yeah. Will, you missed a heck of a road trip when we went to Nevada.
Phil almost drove off the cliff.
Excluding
No,
the
I
parts
did.
where we
They,
almost...
okay. They are exaggerating.
Yeah, he is exaggerating. The closest we ever came was when Phil actually dozed off in Wyoming, and we hit the rumble bars.
Or when the funniest moment, I still love it, is when Phil took a finger and put it into Great Salt Lake and then continued to lick
That was
it.
the second time he almost died. Second time
And
he almost
his
died.
reasoning, and I quote, "I didn't want to drink the hotel water from Wyoming."
Yeah.
I remember that. You're like, well, I don't want to taste the hotel water. Proceeds to taste the Salt Lake. Well,
It was a taste, not a drink.
And it wasn't just the whole drinking from Salt Lake. The whole, you had to take a sip from the foam.
What?
it wasn't foam where he took a sip.
No, like, the foam was like right by
I didn't even
it.
take a sip. I dipped my finger in it. It's not
You
like I
said you
scooped.
wanted to drink it.
Should have taken a sip. Should have taken a sip.
I should have bought you a straw.
Yeah. That'd make a great Instagram photo. Next
I
time.
drank the Salt Lake.
Next time. I'll make a great Instagram photo. It was like oh, well that's the last time we ever saw him before he went to the hospital and died.
Yeah.
You know, you ever go to funerals, right? And they've always got like a portrait, you know, the last good photo.
Well, see, yeah, what would happen is my cells would dehydrate. Because they're trying to match the salinity outside my body.
That'll
And
be
so
like
they dehydrate themselves.
that'll be like that episode of SpongeBob where they I don't remember, they took a sip of like something really salty and his whole face just went, you know, and it's like, oh, salty, and he's like, you know, he dried out. That's gonna be you. Then you're gonna die. Then you're gonna die, and we're gonna be at your funeral, and you know we're gonna have a portrait of you, right? You know, everybody's always got a portrait, and the portrait, instead of being like the last time you looked good or whatever, it'll be you taking a sip from salt with a straw.
Perfect.
Your
I
last,
approve.
your last moments in perfect health. Well, physically, maybe not mentally, since you were about to take a sip from the Salt Lake. Well, what do you think? Would you come to Nevada with us if we had room?
Judging
She's like,
Mm,
"You
by
want
what
to?"
What?
judging by what I'm hearing,
Listen. There were only 2 near-death experiences, okay? Otherwise,
yeah.
it was a great time. They took a nap in the desert. I walked a mile away.
Oh, sounds
We
like
watched
You know,
some
you're
movies.
lucky I didn't push you into Devil's Canyon. I was really contemplating that.
You were gonna push me into Why?
Well, you and Phil.
Oh, well. As long as you push him first so I can run away. God, thinking about that stupid...
No, see, if I push Phil first, he's gonna do the whole whoa thing and grab onto you and take him with you. I don't have to push you. I have to push Phil, and he'll take you with him.
You're gonna push him. He doesn't realize he's about to die. Grabs you. Is like, whoa! And then it's like, oh! That's the sound of his body hitting the rocks. And that's me from up here going like, cool. I get the car to drive back.
He will grab onto you thinking, oh, you'll be my anchor.
I am not an anchor, sir. I will drag you down faster. I will increase your terminal velocity because how much more mass I add. We'll cut through the air faster. Don't grab onto me. If we're in a vacuum, it doesn't change anything. But in the air, don't grab onto me. I'm just going to speed you up.
Yeah, but as long as I land on top, all is good.
No. Instead, you're going to have my
You will break my fall.
Femur. Instead, you're going to end up with my femur going through your freaking chest.
Well, no, I'll just stand on top of you and ride you like air surfing.
Yeah, so then your femur goes through your pelvis into your lungs.
Well, no, I'll just jump at the last minute.
That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. That's not how this works.
I'll jump at the last minute and land safely on the ground.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. That's not... That defies the
If I'm
laws of
jumping in
physics.
an elevator in free fall, if you jump at the last minute, all's good.
Okay,
That experiment doesn't get talked about.
what story?
That experiment doesn't get talked about.
What experiment?
That was the day that Doc almost ripped my head off.
Wait, what experiment's this?
Jumping right before an elevator hits the bottom of the shaft.
Yeah? We never did that experiment.
No, it's a part.
Ceresco.
How you turn the ball inside out?
We had the basketball with the popper, or with the tennis ball, and then we also had the popper in a cardboard box.
See, that was such a bad day. I completely blacked
remember
out
this?
my memory. That hour we spent trying to get that damn popper to pop before it hit the ground. Never again.
Yeah.
You did do it, though.
No, we didn't. He gave up.
No, if you watch the video, I think he did do it.
Okay.
He got a sort of.
Sort of. We got one, kind of, but never again. You're doing it next time. If we ever do a Gravity 3, you're doing the popper experiments.
Who?
Me?
Yeah, and by popper experiment, I mean we're going to put you in a box and drop you from an airplane.
As long as I get something to jump off of.
There's the box. Whether you can jump out of the box and get to your parachute on the outside of the box, that is a different question. Oh no! Someone closed the latch!
I'll just fill the box with popcorn.
You're not an egg, sir. You're not an egg.
Hey, if an egg can do it, I can do it.
The egg fell from 20 feet. You're falling from 3,000.
So I'll just need 3,000 times more popcorn.
I don't think that's going to
That
fit in
works.
the airplane. That math doesn't compute. That works. Thank you, Dr. Will. Okay. Come back now. Will, you've won the lottery. You have $10 million. What are you doing? Did you come up with an idea?
Probably get some of the things others been wanting. It's like certain things like that. And
What?
save a lot of it.
Cocaine, hookers, and drugs.
What?
Sure.
I can't see Will getting a hooker. Maybe beer, but not drugs and hookers.
Fine,
See you doing
prostitutes.
Phil, what would you do with $10 million? You've just won the lottery. What?
What would I do?
Yes, you've just won $10 million. What are you going to do next?
Do I have to do something?
You telling me you have life-altering money. You can walk away from everything. Never see a single one of us ever again.
Yeah, that's
And
what
your
I'm doing. Walk
decision
away.
is
I
to...
threaten an account and walk away.
your decision is to just continue as normal.
Yeah, walk away. Just put it in the bank and walk away.
I think he would hire
Continue as normal.
Why?
a hitman on yourself.
What?
A hitman on yourself.
Hire a hitman on yourself.
It's very complicated suicide.
There's an option.
There's an option.
How would you pay him? Pay him up front?
Yeah, pay him after he kills him. just kills you, commits murder for no money. I think they take a fee up front when it comes to murder.
Did I win enough to cover the charges?
It's murder. You're going to prison for life, and in Nebraska, you're going to prison
I'm sure you can buy
until
yourself
they
out
kill
of it.
you.
No, I'm sure you can buy yourself out of it.
No. You might be able to buy yourself out of the fact that you're going to get the death penalty, but you're not going to be able to buy yourself out of sitting in prison for the rest of your life.
Well, I'm sure there's an amount of check that they would accept.
No, there's not.
You're telling if I wrote them
Because if you
a
wrote them a
$50 million
check,
check,
the entire Nebraska legal system would collapse. Actually, the entire U.S. legal system would collapse if you wrote them a check and they decided, okay, a murderer just walks away.
Always hire a hitman to kill, the prosecutor.
You're gonna have to kill a lot of people to pull this off.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Commits
Is that the new
genocide
main
of
mission?
lawyers. Commits
And,
genocide.
well, either that, or I just use my money to run away until the statute of limitations.
You realize the statute of limitations on murder is indefinite?
So indefinite just means, until they decide to call it.
They never call it. There is no statute of limitations on murder.
You said it's indefinite. That means until they call it.
They never call it.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
No, they don't. There are whole cases where doctors do intentionally hurt their patients. They won't die today, but they will die someday, like 10 years from now. That person is liable for murder in 10 years.
Do you think that Saul Goodman lawyer could get me out of murder?
No.
No?
Not with how public you seem to want to make this one.
Alright, well, let's say they go with the whole genocide route. Could Saul Goodman still get me out of murder?
No, I don't. The Nazis they had a whole country's economy that could have bailed them out, but they still got hung at the stake.
Well, then looks like I'll just run away and change my name.
So, wins $10 million, proceeds to kill somebody, and then runs away.
And drives to Maine.
Drives to Moscow, Maine. Well, I mean, now they all know your plan, so. And actually, remember, statute of limitation pauses when you go across state lines. Not that it matters for murder, but let's say you didn't commit murder, you committed a crime. Remember, statute of limitation pauses when you leave this.
But how do they know if I cross state lines?
Because you just told them.
I did. I left without a trace.
Gee.
No one can trust that I left.
Whatever.
You would.
So, here's what we decided. Kyle and I are going to buy pieces of land and live out the rest of our lives in peace. Will over here is going to buy a truck, I think, and then that's it. And then Phil wants to murder somebody and then run away.
Can I change my answer?
Oh, yeah, what's your answer?
I like Phil's idea.
We have murderers. We have murderers in the chat.
No, it was a sudden glance back for me.
Live life on the edge.
Live life on the. You have the opportunity to live life as comfortably as you could honestly conceivably want, and you decide, you know what? Let's make life as uncomfortable as
run
possible.
away and live the rest of my life, spending time with hookers, cocaine, and drugs. Fine life.
Well, Will, at least you and I have somewhat nice ideas and dreams if we win $10 million.
I guess so.
Because your step cousins and my cousins want to murder people, I guess.
I mean, I've always known Kyle wants to murder people, so.
That's true. Kyle has always wanted to murder people.
Nah, what you talking about?
Every podcast you've ever been on. Anyways, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share. What do you mean that's it?
We can't end so soon.
I'm ending it.
But when?
What do you mean, but
There's so
why?
much more to talk about.
Will is clearly bored. Kyle hasn't been paying attention
I was
this entire
bored
time.
the second I answered this call.
Exactly.
Alright, what can we do next time to brighten up the mood?
I'm going to end it, and then we can discuss this. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcast every other Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. And
good day.
night.